will help to win that first set, but it didn't matter. Max Hopp completes. Great throw.
Finalist on the Pro Tour last weekend, Max Hopp, to Harry Ward in that 15-leg epic in Barnsley, a semi-finalist on the Euro Tour earlier this year as well, and as he mentioned, down a European Championship semi-finalist in 2018, and a winner of a second PDC Master as well. And yesterday, the conqueror of the UK Open champion Nathan Aspinall, 96 and a bit the average for Max yesterday. He led 5-2 in that one, got a peg back, found a little extra in the closing stages to just about get over the line.
Yeah, and I think that would have been particularly pleasing after what must have been a frustrating final for him. Didn't play massively well all day in that Pro Tour if he was on to make the final. Both he and Harry Ward are only averaging about 91 for the day going into the final. And you could sense there were nerves there, but Max Hopp, he wasn't very far away from winning what would have been his third senior ranking title at the age of 20. For so long, I think people often overlook that. But he's getting better. He's been getting better for a while, but this last 18 months, challenging in these, challenging in Pro Tours, winning Pro Tours and these, and, as I've already said, challenging in major tournaments.
59.
Now, Joe Cullen was a player of huge potential when he was a younger man. He's still not an old man now.
41.
But
145.
he hasn't, it's taken him a long while to get to this stage. Max has got a fair few years on him.
Yeah, Joe's 30 this year in July.
65.
You mentioned that win for Hopp on the Euro Tour last year at the German Open, en route to that title. Two between these two, both going the way of Joe Cullen. One was a UK Open, one was in the Players' Championship Series.
Tops, very good at manoeuvring past blocker darts, Max Hopp.
60.
Can't do it on this occasion. In fact, he just frustrated.
Single 19. Three more of those. And he's off to
54. Actually require 20.
Both players showing how hard you can make life for yourself with blocker darts there. Like a blocker to him.
He uses it very well. Ensor Sulovic or Vincent van der Voort await the winner of this one. Those two will meet in our last match of this evening session. An evening session that will also take in the world number one, the world champion, the Premier League champion Michael van Gerwen, Raymond van Barneveld and Vincent van der Voort, also the home favourites in action tonight. Michael Smith also on stage, Daryl Gurney, Premier League semi-finalist.
60.
Peter Snakebite Wright showing a bit of form on the Euro Tour stage as well. He takes on Richie Edhouse in our penultimate match of the night.
Yeah, need we forget.
84.
Snakebite came within a whisker, winning the last Euro Tour event that was claimed eventually by Ian White. It's been Snakebite's 7th Euro Tour success.
121.
Yeah, decent pace tonight, Max. Quite ponderous at times, but seems to be quite willing to race through his visits, at least relatively.
I think the toughest match, just going back to Max last weekend, you mentioned his averages over the course of the day in Barnsley. The toughest match he had by the looks of things was that one against Wasimena in the last 32. That went to a deciding leg.
Oh, wonderful stuff, Joe Cullen. You don't get a better setup than that. 177 to lead tops.
Yeah, priceless, because, okay, it's only a holder throw if he does finish the job, but just a chance to get on the board, get himself going, settle himself down.
140.
Of course,
40.
Joe Cullen now looking at tops. He won't want to mess about too much, though, because Hopp is waiting in the wings on 120.
30.
That is another setback for Joe.
Blocker dart again. Can he find his way around it? Oh, it's a Max Hopp special.
Brilliant. One dart at tops for 3-0.
100. Joe, you require 10.
Is he splitting?
Yes, he is.
Oh, not
However,
that way.
awkward.
4.
Very
Careless.
awkward.
Max, you
Careless
require
dart.
20.
Took the 2 for granted, ended up in the double, and left himself on the Richard Ashdown, the double 3.
So double 10 again for Max, and this time he makes no mistake. And it's another break of throw, and that's damaging. That's a real concern for Joe Cullen supporters. The Max Hopp German contingent are more than happy with what they're seeing so far. There are a few Germans in town as well, by the way. No shortage of support for Germany's number 1.
91.
A few of them were, shall we say, making their presence felt in town earlier as well when I bobbed into the city centre just to have a wander around.
140.
Max Hopp Ultras out in force.
Massively so. Making a real nuisance of themselves. Got a little bit leery at times, but
140.
they kept a lid on it anyway.
Joe Cullen is struggling to keep a lid on Max Hopp here.
57.
He's just not hitting him with anything significant. There you see, 84 average from Joe Cullen, which is, I mean, it's unrecognisable from the Euro Tour stuff you usually see from him. But to be honest, this year, there have been more of these performances than you expect from Cullen. They've come Euro Tour, Pro Tour stuff. Even when he's picked up some wins, some ranking money going into quarterfinals and semis and stuff, they've not been convincing displays. There has been some good stuff, of course there has. This would be good. Oh, he went for it as well. It looked like he was lining up a dart at full. Needed to do it.
Just maybe when you are on top, you can just send out another message. But Hopp returning, looking at 9 for double 8. He's got plenty of time and plenty of darts in hand here as well with Cullen on 186. Yeah, no ranking money, ranking points for Joe Cullen in his last 2 European Tour events. Second round defeats in both Austria and Sindelfingen.
Max, you require 8.
Third round defeats in 3 of the other 4 that he's played enemies this year from all the events.
He was heavily beaten in that as well, and he might be heavily beaten here as well because Max Hopp has got to apply.
Joe Cullen, last year, he was saying, look, if I don't make a quarter-final of these, I consider it a failure. Well, unfortunately, so far this year, all but one of the European Tours have been failure by his own, admittedly, very high standards.
96.
That number 10 seeding, that could start coming under threat.
140.
Yeah, well, at the moment he's number 12 on the Order of Merit, the Pro Tour Order of Merit. The seedings for this were determined by the Pro Tour Order of Merit from a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, he could well be on the slide. He's not protecting too much, though, from this particular tournament. He, again, suffered an opening defeat here, opening round defeat here last year against Guatemala.
140.
Better scoring leg from Joe Cullen, but about time, really. So perhaps should have started on the 18s in this one.
96. Johnny 121.
Ooh, just the wrong side.
47.
Leg isn't one yet. Joe Cullen has missed 5 darts, all 5 darts at double so far in this match.
Oh, pressure from Max Hopp.
74.
33 off, he's 41. That leaves 32.
42.
And that leaves the door open for Max Hopp to step in once again and go for a 5-0 lead.
Double 16.
Ruthless brutal and devastating. Missed opportunities again for Joe Cullen. And Max from the ball. And Joe Cullen faces down to the ground and literally needs to pull his socks up as well.
100.
Well, there you see, 2 15 darters, 2 16 darters, and that 20 darter.
There have been opportunities for Joe to step in. Sees any of them. This is potentially very damaging. Quite sure. No, he lost 7-0 to Van Gerwen, didn't he, in that semi-final in Hildesheim last year. That was the last time he was whitewashed on the European tour. Joe Cullen.
60.
First maximum, the maximizer makes it much more likely that this will end up 0-6. We've just seen the number 2 seed Ian White survive a big scare against Mickey Mansell. Well, I'm not sure there's any way back right now for Joe Cullen, because Max Hopp leaves the 1-2-1 checkout that won him the German Darts Open. And Joe's not going to leave a finish. He doesn't have to go out in the bullseye. He may go for it anyway. Max Hopp, not his brilliant best, but still a 95 average. And it's been far too much for Joe Cullen tonight.
97.
He's been under very little pressure indeed. Maybe just that one little moment early on, but once he was 3 legs to the good, Max Hopp always looked comfortable.
24.
And he's now got 1 dart at double 12 to round things off with a 13 dart holder throw. Well, it might be a 15 dart holder throw in the end. And Max Hopp wraps up.
Max Hopp.